So, True Sports episode 45 is on the air. 129 left in the second half of the national championship game. Four field goal droughts tonight and 3+ minutes for the San Diego State
Uh,
Aztecs. That's why the Yukon Huskies lead them 71-58.
yeah. But like I said last night, watch those turnovers.
Yeah.
120 to go.
Mm-hmm. 120 to go.
Yeah.
Looks like Yukon fans are celebrating. 71-59 is the score right now.
So far. Mm,
I don't think this game is quite over yet, but
Neither do I.
Caravan has been a really good rebounder with great reflexes.
Yeah.
First free throw is good, 72-59.
Okay.
I believe it's Newton at the free throw line.
Come on, hold him, hold him. Oh. Oh.
73-59. Second free throw is good. And then an Aztec airballs a three bomb. And Yukon has it and a timeout called. 107 left.
Oh yeah.
Looks like the Tigers beat the Astros 7-5, or
Mm.
7-6 rather.
Yeah.
Yep, 107 left. First free throw was good. Yukon continues to pour it on. It was a fight for most of the game's fight.
Yeah, like I thought it would be. But they did pull within six. And I thought,
Check
like,
that
okay,
five, as close to
oh,
as
five.
five.
Five. Yeah, I know. I was like, oh boy, it's gonna come down to the wire.
Like I told you, San Diego State was gonna give it a
They
fight, but
did.
come up short. I
Yeah.
was right. That's what's true out
And
there in the worldwide of
this
sports. That's true
oh
sports.
yeah. I knew San Diego wasn't gonna go away quietly. I knew that was gonna happen.
Jose Abreu just popped out
Oh.
to shortstop Javier Baez in just two pitches of that at bat.
Two. Wow.
Yeah.
Two.
Garrett Hill the save, Wingander the win, Neris the loss.
Mm.
Tigers finally get a win. They get the win. They win in the series opener in Houston against the defending champions. For God's sake, the Tigers
Good.
are 1-3.
1-3. Any day you can be Houston is okay with me.
Yep, 75-59. Huskies lead the Aztecs. 30.2 seconds left, second half.
Okay.
Yeah, this one's done.
Yeah.
First free throw is in and out, but it's got one more free throw coming yet. But
Starting to celebrate.
either way, it doesn't. Either way, it does not matter.
Oh,
Let the hugging begin on that
yes.
UConn bench.
Yeah. Senior.
Yeah, the coaches are hugging each other too because they earned that victory.
He did.
It's a team effort. It's the UConn Huskies. I respect them.
Yes.
Second free throw is good. Splitting the pair. 76-59. Jackson Jr. will sit down.
No matter.
Also, looks like San Diego State, the Aztecs will get one last possession here. Just a 3 bomb, and that'll be doinks off the front of the rim, just a little bit short. Yeah, UConn's going to dribble this out. Final score: UConn beats San Diego State. 76-59. Five national championships won.
Yeah.
The 5th national championship in school history. Wowzers.
Oh yeah.
So we got to find out who the MVP is.
Yes.
That was a hell of an effort for
Absolutely
by, the Aztecs. Yeah, King was closest 5, but UConn was just too much. I was right, like I said.
Yeah.
Just last night on episode 44. So the college men's basketball and women's basketball seasons are both finally over. Yeah, UConn wins yet another game by double digits. So it looks like the stage is set for the national championship ceremony.
Yeah.
5th team to win each game by 10 plus points in an NCAA men's basketball championship run.
I don't think it's ever happened.
Hey, even at a close game, a really good fight, UConn still knows how to get it done. And it's not just this national championship game, but at least 2 or 3 other games
Hold it.
that.
Yeah. Okay.
UConn played and won. Because one, but no matter how you slice it, the Huskies just knew how to win
Yes.
games. So looks like CBS's coverage is over. So so with that being said, UConn beats San Diego State 76-59. It's now time for your True Sports Report. Lewis, go ahead.
All right, and away we go. And for those of you who are UConn fans, congratulations. I know I am. Ah, beautiful game. I got a little, I panicked a little bit when when San Diego State was coming within 5. I'm like, okay, it's coming right down to the wire. But UConn survives in true fashion and still have not lost a game when going into a final. They for winning their 5th championship. So I've seen this happen before, and all I can say is that it was a game well played. All right, so let's check out the baseball scores here. We got some games in progress. Right now, the Angels are leading the Mariners 4-3, going into the bottom of the 7th. Crawford, Rodriguez, and France are up. Top of the 7th right now, the Guardians 8-7. Mo is pitching, and Gamir is batting. Bottom of the 7th, D-backs and Padres are tied at 3, with 1 out and runners on first and second. Castro is pitching and Machado is at bat. Bottom of the 5th right now, it's the Rockies and Dodgers tied at 4, with 2 on and 2 out, runners on first and second. Bird is pitching and Outman is at bat. Now for the finals. The Brewers beat the Mets 10-0. Sorry. Petrella got the win. Garcia got the loss, and Wilson got the save. Giants pound the White Sox 12-3. Oh boy. DeShafante got the win, and Kopech got the loss. Reds over the Cubs 7-6. Young got the win. Smiley got the loss, and Law got the save. Twins over the Marlins 11-1. Mayo got the win, and Cueto got the loss. Yankees over the Phillies 8-1. Cortez got the win, and Walker got the loss. Rays over the Nationals 6-2. Rosserman got the win, and Williams got the loss. Pirates over the Red Sox 7-6. Sorry. Underwood got the win, Crawford got the loss, and Bednar got the save. You guys know how I feel about the Red Sox. Royals over the Blue Jays 9-5. Singer got the win, and Barrios got the loss. Braves doubled up over the Cardinals 8-4. Morton got the win, and Woodford got the loss. Orioles over the Rangers. If you like pitchers duels, okay, we got one for you. 2-0. Coleman got the loss. Gray got the save, got the loss, and Batista got the save. And finally, the Tigers over the Astros in 11 innings, 7-6. Winter got the win, Nurles got the loss, and Hill got the save. All right, so let's update the standings here. I know I updated them last night, but why not? Gotta keep up to date, don't we? Okay, and the standings go this way. In the American League East, the Rays are at 4-0, defeated. Yuck. Yankees are a game behind at 3-1. The Red Sox are 2 back at 2-2, along with the Baltimore Orioles, and the Blue Jays are 1-3, 3 back. Over to the Central, the Twins are 4-0. The Guardians are 3-1, just a game back. The White Sox are 2.5 back at 2-3, and the Royals and Tigers are 1-3, 3 back. It's early, so don't worry. To the West, the Rangers are 3-1, have a half-game lead over the Angels at 2-1. The Astros are 2-3, a game and a half back. The A's are 1-2, a game and a half back, and the Mariners are 2 back at 1-3. Well, looky here. The Braves are taking over in the National League East at 3-1. The Mets dropped to 3-2, a half game back. The Nationals are 2 back at 1-3. The Marlins are 1-4, 2.5 back, and the Phillies, who have yet to win a game yet this season, are 0-4, 3 back. I don't like the sound of this, guys. I really don't like it. To the Central, the Reds and Brewers are tied at 3-1. The Cardinals are 2-2, as well as the Pirates 2-2, a game back, and the Cubs 1-3, 2 back. And if you want to talk about a logjam, oh boy, we got one for you. Everybody in the West is 2-2. The D-backs, the Rockies, the Giants, the Padres, and the Dodgers.
The entire NL West.
Yep. Can you say a broken record? I just did.
Or an omen.
Okay. Sometimes an omen is good though.
Guess so, yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe in this case it's not. Well, it's early.
Or in between. 2-2 is mediocre.
Yeah. We'll let the public decide. Okay, so for tomorrow's schedule, it goes like this. Starting at 4:10, the D-backs take on the Padres. At 6:40, the Cubs take on the Reds. Also 6:40, the Twins take on the Marlins. Your 7:05 games are the Phillies taking on the Yankees, the Rays taking on the Nationals. 7:10, the Pirates take on the Red Sox. 7:40, the Mets take on the Brewers, and the Blue Jays will take on the Royals. 7:45, the Braves take on the Cardinals. 8:05, the Orioles take on the Rangers. 8:10, your Tigers take on the Astros. 9:40, the Angels take on the Mariners. The Guardians will take on the A's. At 10:10, the Rockies take on the Dodgers. I almost said the Indians because I really don't like the name Guardians. I'm sorry. They'll always be Indians to me. I know they're not, but they'll always be Indians to me. Sorry. All right, so a light night in the NHL. Right now, one game in progress. The Kraken over the Coyotes, 4-1. The Golden Knights beat the Wild 4-3 in a shootout, and the Stars beat up on the Predators 5-1. So let's check the standings, and it goes this way as we come down to the final weeks of the season. All right, your standings go like this. Bruins 60, 12-5, 125 points. The Leafs 45, 21, 10, 100 points. The Lightning 96 points at 45, 26, and 6. The Panthers 85 points at 39, 31, 7. The Sabres 37, 31, 7, 61 points. Ottawa, the Senators 37, 34, and 6, 80 points. The Red Wings still holding on at 34, 33, and 6, 77 points. And the Canadiens, which are eliminated, are 30, 41, and 6. Not much of a change in the Metropolitan, as the Hurricanes are still 107 points at 49, 18, and 9. The Devils are 48, 21, 6, 104 points. Rangers 45, 21, and 11, 101 points. Islanders breathing at 39, 30, and 9, 87 points. The Pens are right behind them at 38, 29, 10, 86 points. The Capitals are at 71 points at 34, 34, and 9. The Flyers and Blue Jackets are eliminated. The Flyers have 29, 34, and 13, 71 points. And the Blue Jackets 24, 44, and 6 at 56 points. To the West, the Stars are 42, 41, and 14, 98 points. Also 98 points in the Wild at 44, 23, and 10. The Avalanche are 45, 24, and 6, 96 points. The Jets are 43, 31, and 3, 89 points. The Predators are 84 points at 36, 30, and 8. All the rest are eliminated. The Blues at 35, 35, and 7, 77 points. The Coyotes, 67 points at 27, 37, and 13. And the Blackhawks, 24, 46, and 6, 54 points. The Pacific, Golden Knights, 103 points, 48, 22, and 7. The Kings, 45, 22, and 10, 100 points. Oilers, 45, 23, and 9, 99 points. The Kraken, 41.
You're cutting in and out.
The Kraken, 41, 26, and 8, 90 points. The Flames, 36, 26, and 15, 87 points. The Canucks, which are eliminated, are 34, 35, and 7, 76 points. The Sharks are also out at 22, 39, and 15, 59 points. And bringing up the rear, the Ducks, 23, 44, and 10, 56 points out. All right, so let's check the schedule here. After a light night in the NHL tonight, things are going to pick up rather intensely tomorrow, and it goes like this. The Senators will take on the Hurricanes at 7 o'clock. Other 7 o'clock games are the Sabres taking on the Panthers, the Red Wings taking on the Habs, the Penguins taking on the Devils, the Blue Jackets taking on the Leafs. 8 o'clock, the Knights take on the Predators, the Flyers take on the Blues. 9 o'clock, Blackhawks take on the Flames. 10 o'clock, the Kraken take on the Canucks. And at 10:30, the Oilers take on the Kings. There was no action in the NBA tonight, I guess because of the college game. But let's check out tomorrow's schedule. And it's going to be a big one. All right, and it goes this way. Tomorrow, the Raptors taking on the Hornets at 7. Other 7 o'clock games are the Heat taking on your Pistons, Cavaliers taking on the Magic, the Bucks taking on the Wizards. 7:30, the Wolves take on the Nets. 8 o'clock, the Celtics take on the Sixers at the TNT game. The Hawks take on other 8 o'clock games. The Hawks will take on the Bulls. The Nuggets will take on the Rockets. The Blazers take on the Grizzlies. And the Kings take on the Pelicans. 9 o'clock, the Lakers take on the Jazz. At 10 o'clock, the Thunder take on the Warriors. And the Spurs take on the Suns. Only one game on TNT tomorrow. It's going to be double. Okay, I guess not. So much for that then. All right, so now on to today's news items of the day. Okay. I'm going to clear up some of this stuff here. Well, the big story of the day, I would have to say, though, is not, I repeat, not the Men's NCAA Championship. The big story of the day is a merger between UFC and WWE. Evander, the parent company of UFC and WWE, have announced today that they have signed a new landmark agreement to form a new publicly traded company listed on the New York Stock Exchange as TKO that will consist of MMA and pro wrestling brands. The sale of the WWE to Evander, which is expected to close in the second half of the year, pending approval, will merge with the two biggest brands in combat sports. The transaction values the unnamed sports entertainment company at $21.4 billion. That's billion with a B. Evander CEO Ari Emanuel will continue in that role while becoming CEO of the new company. Vince McMahon, who purchased what was then called the WWF back in 1982 from his father for $1 million, will serve as executive chairman of the 11-member board. Dana White will continue to serve as UFC president, and Nick Khan will serve as WWE president. The transaction occurred just hours after the second day of WrestleMania concluded. How about that, boys and girls? Okay, well, you know you're having a bad day when you're being booed by your own home crowd, as with the case of Lionel Messi for PSG. Okay, this was ahead of their 1-0 loss to Lyon yesterday. The captain of Argentina was booed by PSG supporters during their previous loss to Reims on March 19th. PSG boss Christopher Galtier could not explain, saying that at the end of yesterday. Messi tried very hard, said Galtier. This is just not about Messi and Kylian Mbappe. There were some technical mistakes, but I think the whistles were hard to listen to because Messi was giving so much. He has goals and assists this season, but it's also down to his teammates in terms of doing more to create more danger in the opposition penalty box. Messi, who has 100 international goals for Argentina, has not found the backside of the net in the last 4 games, including a 2-0 loss to Bayern Munich that saw his slide exit of the Champions League in the round of 16. Oh, wow. Warriors forward Andrew Wiggins is nearing the return to the team next week, sources told ESPN. Wiggins had missed 22 straight games dating back to February 14th while attending to the matter. A key piece of the Warriors' championship season last year, the Warriors missed his size in the middle of the lineup. The Warriors enter tonight in a four-way tie for the last two guaranteed spots for the Western Conference playoffs. Wiggins averaged 17.1 points and 5 rebounds per game while shooting 40% from three-point range. And if you're a Knicks fan, hey, I got good news. For only the second time within the last decade, the New York Knicks are going into the postseason. Hallelujah. But after beating the Wizards last night to secure a top 6 spot in the East, the Knicks made it clear that just making the playoffs won't be enough to make this a success this season. It's a great accomplishment, says Coach Tom Thibodeau after the Knicks win at the Garden. It's the next step along the way, so we just keep going. That's what we're focused is. We know how important the next game is, so get ready for the Pacers, and we'll keep checking boxes as we go. Since reaching the Eastern Conference Finals back in 2000, the Knicks have only won one series victory. That was against the Celtics in 2013. That is fewer than any other team in the league during that span. And entering this season, the Knicks were tied with the Kings and Timberwolves with only 6 playoff appearances, the second fewest among NBA teams since, and only ahead of the Hornets with 5. Unlike the Knicks, Wolves, and Kings, the Hornets were not in the NBA for 2 of those seasons. The Knicks are in the 6th seed and likely could go into the 5th seed and would set up a series matchup with the Cavaliers. Ratsa Ruck. Alright, so continuing on here. Making 60 wins for the Bruins this season as Charlie Coyle provided the game-winning shootout over goal in the Blues yesterday. The Bruins joined an elite group of teams reaching 60 wins in a season. Only the 2018-19 Tampa Bay Lightning, the 95-96 Red Wings, and the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens are the only teams who have 60 wins in a season, but only Montreal won the Cup in 76-77. Linus Ullmark made 35 saves and stopped all 3 of the Blues' attempts in the shootout. The Bruins have a franchise record of 125 points, are still on pace to break the record of 133 points that Montreal set back in the 1976-77 season. The Bruins have 5 games left in the season to set a new record. Will they do it? Time will tell. Alright. If there's any questions surrounding Tiger Woods competing at the Masters this weekend, well, you can put all that stuff to rest now, as he will participate, and he showed up for practice yesterday at the Masters tournament, which begins on Thursday. Woods had competed only one PGA event, that was the Genesis Invitational Tournament back in February. The 15-time major champion made his official return to compete in the 2022 Masters, which was his first tournament in over a year after he was seriously injured in a car wreck in February of 2021. Woods, who won 5 Masters titles, arrived at the practice range yesterday and was hitting golf balls for about half an hour. This will be his 25th start at the Masters. Woods played in just 3 events last season. He withdrew after 54 holes of the PGA Championship after feeling pain on a surgically repaired right leg and back. He missed the cut of the British Open last July. Okay, the Open. Sheesh. Woods said he would only play in majors and 2 other tournaments per year if he's able to. My intent was to play all 4 majors last year. I played in 3. Hopefully this year I can play in all 4 majors as well as a few other tournaments. Woods is scheduled to speak to reporters at a news conference on Thursday. Okay, for those of you who set odds on games, well, here's one for you. The Portland Trail Blazers pulled off the largest upset in the NBA in 30 years as they beat the Sacramento Kings, who were favored by 19 points last night. Now Sunday. The Blazers were missing 4 starters, including Damian Lillard, and lost 11 of their last 12 games. Yet the Blazers were able to bounce back after showing by 12 points in the second half to upset the playoff-bound Wolves. Every single person that got on the floor gave it their all, and that's what I want from them, said Blazers coach Chauncey Billups. To play as hard as you
Mr.
can,
Big
play
Shot.
unselfish. Yes. To play as hard as you can play, to play unselfish, be a good team, and see what happens next. This is the largest upset since the Mavericks beat the Supersonics in April of '93, and the second largest upset since the Magic beat the Bulls in 1992 by 21 points. You now call the Sonics the Oklahoma City Thunder. Shaedon Sharpe scored 27 points, and Kevin Knox scored 19 points to lead the Blazers. Sharpe put the Blazers up by 3 with 24 seconds left. The Blazers made the defensive stop on the last possession to end their 5-game losing streak, and it was the Blazers' only second win since March 6th. Wow. Talk about a drought. Okay. All right, so now let's look on some other news of the day. See, it's been quite a day in the sports world, too. Okay. Interesting question. Heisman pick the 2 best college collegiate players, highest winning running backs. Okay. That was interesting. Okay, Don Zimmer, a major fixture in baseball for more than 6 decades as a player, manager, and executive, has been the first person selected into the Tampa Bay Rays Hall of Fame. Zimmer was honored before Sunday's game against the Tigers. He spent his last 11 years in the league. Hold on. He spent the last 7 years in the league, his longest stint with one team, as a senior advisor for the Rays from 2004 until his passing in 2014 at the age of 83. Zimmer's wife Zoot, who he married at home plate in 1951, and his son Tom, who was a scout for the Giants, were also in attendance. It was a great honor, said Zoot. I marvel at the 66 years he was involved in the game, and he would come down every game even as an advisor. A ceremonial first pitch was thrown by Zimmer's great-grandson, Carter, to his dad, Tom. His other son, Tim, believes that may have kept him alive for another 5 years. It was a life extender for him to be there. The formation of the Hall of Fame is part of the Rays' 25th anniversary season. Wade Boggs and Carl Crawford will be inducted later this year. Zimmer's number 66 jersey was retired in 2015. He began his career in the minors as an infielder in 1949 and played alongside Jackie Robinson as the Brooklyn Dodgers won their only World Series title way back in 1955 and was on the field for the 1962 Mets and nearly guided the 1975 Red Sox to a title. Unfortunately, that was stopped by the Cincinnati Reds, even by Carlton Fisk's home run in the 12th inning. Stay fair, stay fair. Oh boy. Angels third baseman Anthony Rendon was given a 5-game suspension for a public altercation with a fan in Oakland, as videos propped up on social media last week. I understand now that's a 4-game suspension. I was typing notes when that was announced, so I'm sorry I didn't get that. The decision was announced yesterday by MLB Senior Vice President of On-the-Field Operations, Michael Hill. If Rendon did not appeal, he would begin serving suspension immediately against the Mariners, assuming he did so already at the time of this report. Okay, now for the interesting story of the day. Georgia defensive back Jalen Carter says he's declining visits to teams not involved in the top 10 in the NFL draft later this month, said by his agent Drew Rosenhaus. Carter was scheduled to visit the Bears, who were selected 9th. This will be his second visit after a visit to the Eagles, who hold the number 10 spot. I am confident that Jalen will go into one of the top 10 teams, said Rosenhaus, as he told Adam Schefter of ESPN. He is a good person and a family man and a generational talent. Carter was invited to the draft, which will be in Kansas City, and is expected to attend. However, his draft status is clouded after pleading no contest to misdemeanor charges of reckless driving and drag racing last month in connection with a fatal crash in January. He was sentenced to 12 months probation, a $1,000 fine, and 80 hours of community service, and will attend a state-approved defense driving course. His attorney, Kim Stephens, said that by resolving the matter, the state of Georgia is forever barred from bringing additional charges to Carter. In his statement to ESPN, Stephens said Carter did not cause the wreck on January 15th that killed fellow teammate Devin Wilcox and staffer Chandler LaCroix. Police allege that LaCroix was driving an SUV that raced Carter's SUV before the wreck. According to the police reports, LaCroix's SUV clocked in his speed at 104 miles per hour when it hit left the road, hitting 2 power poles and several trees. Police said her blood alcohol content was 1.7, 2.5 times the legal limit in the state of Georgia. According to Stephens, Carter had not been drinking and was not under the influence of alcohol or any other type of drug. Well, that's good news. The Atlanta Braves will retire number 25, 5-time All-Star center fielder Andruw Jones on September 9th. Jones will be the 11th player in team history to have his number retired. The game will be played against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Jones batted .254 lifetime with 434 home runs and 1,289 RBIs in his 17-year career, with 12 of them with the Atlanta Braves from 1996 to 07, and a 10-time Gold Glove winner. Among other Braves players that have number retired are as follows: Bobby Cox, Dale Murphy, Chipper Jones, Warren Spahn, John Smoltz, and Greg Max, who were on the '95 World Series team, Phil Niekro, Eddie Matthews, Hank Henry Aaron, and Tom Glavine, also on the '95 team. What a list! Wow. That's a pretty good list of players having their numbers retired. And finally, Mets pitcher Cody Senga struck out 8 batters in his major league debut by wearing a glove with an image of a ghost. That's right, I said the image of a ghost, using a pitchfork, with reference to his ghost forkball in their win over the Marlins on Tuesday. The left-handed pitcher agreed to a 5-year, $75 million deal after spending the previous 11 seasons in the Pacific Coast League for the SoftBank Hawks. The SoftBank Hawks. What a name for that is. Okay. He overcame a rough first inning and allowed 1 run on 3 hits and 3 walks in 5.5 innings. Senga averaged 96.8 miles per hour with 32 fastballs. Fastest clocking at 99 miles per hour, throwing 26 forkballs, 18 sweepers, and 12 cutters. Senga ended his day with 88 pitches, with a strikeout to Chaz Chisholm Jr. to lead off the 6th. The largest contingent of Mets fans at Lone Depot Park cheered Senga as he made his way back to the dugout. Dennis Santana and John Curtis and Steven Nogusek completed a 4-hit game. Tommy Pham had 3 hits and 3 RBIs and just missed the cycle. The Mets took 3 out of 4 from the Marlins in their first series of the season. Not bad, if you say so myself. Pro Bowler cornerback Darius Slay almost became a different bird this offseason. No pun intended, of course. On his Big Play podcast, Slay revealed that he was nearly becoming a Raven before re-signing with the Eagles. "I was this close to becoming a Raven," said Slay, "but I wanted to stay an Eagle because we were trying to figure something out." It looked like Slay was about to depart from the Eagles last month. Slay was granted permission to seek a trade last month before the start of free agency. That according to ESPN. He was expected to get released 2 weeks ago, but was never cut and ended up signing a 3-year deal with the Eagles worth $42 million. The Ravens are looking for a starting quarterback since Marcus Peters is a free agent. The Ravens were the first team to call, said Slay. They offered me just what I was asking for. I said, if the Eagles do the same thing, I'm staying. I was almost a Raven. Just think of that. Slay was entering his final year of his deal and was part of a defense that helped them to a 14-3 regular season and made a Super Bowl 57 appearance. Unfortunately, you lost. Slay was a 5-time Pro Bowler, had 26 interceptions, 133 pass defended, and 533 tackles in his career. I'll be darned. Okay, just a quick check to see if I missed anything. Well, I think there was one incident, one I wanted to mention. We know we've been covering the NCAA basketball championship, but of course, there was another tournament that happened, of course, this past week, and it was the NIT tournament. I know what you're thinking. Oh, big deal, the NIT. We don't really care about that. Yes, but I must, give credit where credit is due, because the final was on Thursday night, and it really was not a bad game at all. I was watching the game actually on Thursday night, and it turned out to be a pretty decent game, as the final score turned out to be North Texas over UAB 68-61. Walker had 21 points and 6 assists, while Perry had 20 points and 5 steals. Good game. I thought it was going to be a blowout, but it turned to be a fairly decent game. So congratulations, North Texas. My sister-in-law's from Texas, so I had to bring it up anyway. All right, so that'll do for my report. I'll turn it back over to you, Taylor.
Wow, that was quick. So that was episode 45 of True Sports. We'll just talk again next Sunday actually next Monday at 11 p.m.
All right.
All right. Till then, for Louis Tenor, I'm Taylor Phillips. Until next Monday at 11 p.m. Ta-ta for now. Hit 'em with a hind.
Happy Easter and happy Passover to all of you.
Yep, thanks. You too. Happy Easter.